Hello all. Today we are going to discuss how we can build a chat PDF like application using Gemini API. So Gemini has been recently popular after Bard has been upgraded to Gemini, and we shall see how we can build a application where you can chat with your own PDF documents or any other documents and fetch relevant answers. So this is the entire architecture of your application as you can see on the screen. So initially we have a PDF, so we'll be breaking it down into simple chunks called documents, and we'll be storing all of them in a vector store by converting them into embeddings. So once you store these in a vector store, so we'll be using a local vector store called Fice. In production you can use a popular vector store such as Pinecone or any other vector store as well. So once you store all these documents by converting them into embeddings in your vector store, so what happens is whenever a user asks a question, so you search for relevant chunks of text in your document from your vector store. So you can make a query to your vector store and get relevant chunks which are relevant to your question, which is called as the context. So once you get the context, you combine it with the question, and you pass it to your LLM model. In this case it's mentioned OpenAI, but instead of that we will be using Gemini here, and then we'll be getting back a final response. So this is the entire flow of the application. So we'll start. So initially you need to get a Gemini API key. So you can go to Google console and get your key. Once you get the key, we can start with using all the necessary libraries. So we'll be using Langchain Gen AI library for interacting with Google Gemini API, and we'll be also using sentence transformers. It is a local model which you can use for generating embeddings. So instead of that one, you can use popular OpenAI embeddings or any other kind of local embeddings as well. But just for simplicity, we are using sentence transformers. So we are importing all the necessary libraries that are needed. So once that is done, so I have already imported a PDF file, apps.pdf. But in case you have not done, you can do that as well. So once you have uploaded your PDF to Google Colab, so we are using Google Colab here, but you can run this same code locally as well. So I have used a file called as apps.pdf, and it has an information about multiple apps that are present. So I have loaded this, and I am using PyPDF loader to get information from these apps, and I am going to split it as you can see. So I have taken a PDF and I am splitting it into multiple documents to generate embeddings and store in my vector store. So I'm doing the same here. I'm going to split it, and I'm going to use the Hugging Face embeddings sentence transformers that we have installed here, right? So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to store it in my vector store. My vector store is Fice. So once I generate the embeddings, I can store my content and embeddings in my vector store. And once that is done, I can make a query. So I have my vector store ready. So I'm going to make a query saying like, what is Gista? So this is Gista is one of the apps that is present in apps.pdf. So you can make any relevant query as well. So I have just given a small query. What is Gista? So now what it will do is it will try to find all the relevant documents from your vector store and try to form a context and pass it on to your model, which is your Gemini Pro model. So as mentioned here, so I'm just making a simple prompt saying that like using this context you just need to answer the question that is present. So I'm just made the simple prompt, and I'm invoking the LLM model on this prompt, and finally this is the output I get, as you can see. So it gives me a description of what is Gista. So just you can see how simple it is to build a PDF chat application like ChatPDF or PDFai using Gemini API in just a few simple steps. Hope this is helpful to you. So if you are liking this content, just like and subscribe to my channel. Yeah, thank you.